Welcome to DataWise Discovery channel. Today we are going to again see about the Crud. Okay, so we are going to make a new project for this, and for this what I'm going to do is create a new folder. So I'm going to write this as let's say new project. Okay, so I'm going to make the name as a new project, and then I'm going to open Visual Studio Code. Okay, after that you already know that we'll create a virtual environment. Okay, so in order to create a virtual environment, what you need to do is go to the terminal. Okay, after going to the terminal, type this command python -m -env, and I want to name my name of the virtual environment as my env. Okay, so after doing this, we want to activate this virtual environment. Okay, so wait for a minute. So after this, we want to activate the virtual environment. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to go to this my env. Okay, my env, there is something known as a script, and we need to activate this thing. Okay, so in order to do that, write like this my env slash activate. Okay, so after activating this, it will at the left side you'll see this my env. Okay, so after doing this, you are ready to download the Django. So download the Django. Okay, pip install Django. After downloading the Django, we'll create a project. Okay, so let's say after downloading this thing, we will download the Django. Okay, so we will name our project as a project itself. Okay, so let me do that. First, it's been installing collected packages. So you need to activate your virtual environment in order to install any packages you want in a project. Okay, so you do not need to activate otherwise, but if you want to install any packages, you need to activate your virtual environment. Okay, so that's the information. Now I want to create a new project, Django admin start project, and I will give the name as project itself. Okay, so now it will create me the new project over here. Now I'll go inside this project, so I'll do cd project, and I'll do ls. If I see manage.py, then I can type this command python manage.py start app. I'll give the name of the app as app itself. Okay, so after doing this, what you need to go is go to the settings. Okay, settings is present inside this project, so be careful. Okay, so at over here, what I want to do is write my external apps is equal to, okay, I'll make the list and I'll give the name of my project, that was an app over here. So I need to add in this installed app. Okay, so in order to do that, what I will do is installed apps dot extend, and then external apps. Okay, you have already seen this extend in your list video. Okay, so in your Python video, so I'll not go explain over there. If you want to see what is this extend to, go to my Python playlist. Okay, so that's it for now. We'll go below the static, and we need to type over here what is known as media root. Okay, so we want to place our media on the base. Inside the base directory, we'll create a new folder named media. So we'll store all the files that are uploaded from the Django administration to this file. Okay, so I'll write it as media, and I also need to give the media URL. Okay, so media URL is equal to, what I'll do is media. Okay, So after doing this much, go to this project label urls. Okay, so after going to over here, what you need to import is from django.conf input settings. Okay, so after importing this setting from django.conf.urls dot static, I need to import static. Okay, so after importing this line, what you need to do is go inside this static module, and at below over here at line number 19 you need to copy all these things. Okay, so I'll do Control C, I'll copy this one and I'll paste it over here. Okay, if you have done this much up to now, what I need to do is go to, now I will do certain thing. Okay, Python manage.py, I'll do migrate. After doing the migrate, and these all the installed app that were present in my settings will be created in my database. Okay, so these all are the default apps that are default models that are present in my Django. Okay, so up to now I think you have done it. Okay, so if you have any problem, please pause the video and again try to do it again. Okay, always do side by side. Okay, so I'll do something and you pause the video and you write the command, and if you don't understand anything, then please comment the things that you don't understand in the comment section. Okay, so after doing these all things, now what I'll do is go to my app, that is app, and create a new folder. Okay, so inside the app I'm creating a folder called as templates, and inside the templates I'll make the folder that is same name as my app name. Okay, so my app name was app, so inside the template I'm also giving this app name. Okay, so inside this app what I will make is base.html. Okay, so after creating this base.html, what I'll do is go to my I'll create one base.html, and I'll also create the next HTML file name as home.html. Okay, so after that what I'll do is I'll go again, click on this app and create a new file. Now the name of the new file is going to be urls.py, and all the urls settings of this app will be present over here. Okay, so what I'll do is django.urls import path, and there is known as urls patrons. Okay, so it is not recognizing urls less patrns patrons. Okay, so I guess I have written it correctly. If url patrons only. Okay, so url, not s, url patrons. I'll again url url patrons. Okay, so after doing this, what I want to do is I'll write the path, and I'll not provide anything. I want the name of the function that is present in my views.py, so I'll just write it, and I'll keep the name as home. Okay, okay, after doing this I'll go to the views.py, create that div home. First it will take is a request, and I'll do return render. The first one will be the request and the second one will be the template. Okay, so the template is present inside my app home.html. Okay, so after doing this thing, now you need to go to the urls.py over here, what you need to do is from dot views input home, okay, not over here, control X over here. So dot views import view, okay. So is there some error over here? It is showing some error, so I need to import this home also. So okay, from dot views import home, okay. So in views this is not required, so I'll cut it, okay. Now I'll write some code in over here, okay. So the code I'll write over here is, let's say, h1 tag. Let's as h1 tag, let's say hello base, okay. So I'm doing this base, and over here I'm going to make a block. The block name will be the content, okay. So this will be the content, and home.html extends that base.html, okay. So extends, and you'll go to the app slash base.html, okay. So after doing this, what you need to do is try to make that block, okay. Type block, hit enter, there is a content. So over here what you need to write is h1. So this is a home page, okay. So I'm making this much. So let's see whether our program is running or not. In order to do that, I'll do python manage.py run server, okay. So after doing this, you need to press this one, okay, http, click and control and click and click, okay. Click over there. So here is my file. So it is showing me some error. So what error it is? So there is some error, debug equal to true. So media path URL pattern. So I guess I have done some mistake. Yeah, I have done mistake over here. This is the home page, this is the home page. Let me copy this. Let me go to again to the settings.py. I guess this is right. Media root and media URL, this is good. I'll again do refresh. It is not recognizing. So in order to do that, what I need to do is Django project tried URL patterns. Let's go to URL patterns of our project. So it will be called as home, as this home return request app. Inside this app I have home.html, okay. So it is not working, page not found. Django tried this URL in order admin, did not match any of these things, so there is some serious error. Let me follow my process again. So let's say this is, oh, I have not included that project app level URLs, okay. So what you need to do is go to the project labels URL. So type from Django.urls, you need to import path and include, okay. So over here what you need to do is path, and what you need to do is don't give anything, okay. So let's say include and app.urls, okay. Now it will work. Let's try to do control C. Let's say python manage.py run server. After doing this, now I guess it will run. Okay, so now it has worked. Okay, so this base page is coming from this base.html. Okay, so over here what I am going to do is import, and let's say we are going to use the bootstrap framework. Okay, so this is the framework for HTML and CSS. So I'll go to the bootstrap bootstrap website. Inside over here what I'm going to do is go to the downloads. Okay, after going to here, go to the docs. Okay, go to the docs, go to the downloads, and over here you'll see the two lines of code. Okay, so you need to copy this and just paste it over here. Okay, so you just, okay, it is not copied, so I need to copy this one. I need to copy this thing again. Okay, so it is now copied. After this I'll do control V. Okay, so after doing this, what I am going to do is I'm going to load the static. Okay, so I'll write a load. I will write this as static. Okay, so after doing this thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a new navbar. Okay, so in order to bring the navbar, what I need to do is I need to go to the home.html, not the base.html, and over here I'm going to bring the new navbar. In order to do that, what I need to do is go in this search. Okay, type in navbar. Okay, after typing the navbar, try to copy the whichever is present at top, copy that thing and just paste it outside this block content. Okay, so I'll just comment it over here. Navbar, it starts here. Okay, after this I'll write navbar ends here. Okay, after doing this thing I'll do control V, I'll paste it, and I'll go to my this page, and if I do refresh, now it will show me that this navbar. Okay, so I modify this navbar little bit. So in order to do that, what I'll do is um, I will also create one new folder inside my app. Okay, so I'll make it as static, and inside this static what I'm going to place is my CSS file over here. Okay, so in static we will generally place JavaScript also over here, and in static uh, I'm also going to place the images folder. Okay, so for that I am going to write the images. Okay, so I'll provide it as images, so I'll write it as images. Okay, after doing all these things, I'm going to go to the CSS and create a new folder. I'll write it as style.css. Will not currently work on this style.css. Okay, so let me that we will first work in this base.html. Okay, so at first what I want to do is, let's say I have made an navbar, and I'll do style over here. Okay, so I'll use the background. So let's say I'm using the background color color as let's say white. Okay, so if I use this color, then let's see what will happen. So it is, let's give this color. Okay, so let me, after giving this color, let me try to refresh it. It is not working because, why is that the case? I don't know. Let's say never. Let's let give the navbar as, let's say navbar, and let's provide it the color of, will it work? Let's say okay. So it will not work. We need to provide the color that we want. Let's say I want to provide the color of success. Okay, so if I do this, then I should get navbar as navbar danger. Okay, so I need to post this one and just paste it. Okay, so I'm getting this new navbar. Okay, so I have removed that busy background, and after this I got this new navbar. Okay, so that's the case over here. So navbar success and navbar over here. Okay, so I have written out to this much. After that, what we will do is, let's say in the anchor tag there is something in the content over here. There is no content over here. What I want to give is, let's say mm, info. Let's say I'll give it as an info take. Okay, so I am providing the name as info take, so this will change to info take. Okay, let me join this thing. Okay, so it will look a little bit nicer, I think. So I think this looks more nicer than the previous one. So over here we will write the name as home. Okay, so over here there is mm, there is home. Okay, so inside over here what I need to do is, let's say in my first link is home, then let's say the second link will be about us. Let me do that, control C, and let me do it as control V over here. So I don't know. So I'll just copy this much line of code, control C, and below this I'll do control B. Okay, so the next thing will be my about us. Okay, so this will be about us. Third one will be about the client. Fourth one will be the drop down. Okay, so we'll not change, we'll use this drop down over here. So the first one will be, let's say we'll use it as a services. Okay, after these services what we are going to do is, let's say there is a drop down menu, And inside these options, what we are going to see is, let's say first of all we want to give it as a web development. The second thing, we want to keep it as the app development. Okay, and the last thing what we want to give here as a SEO. Okay, search engine optimization. Okay, so SEO over here. So after going to my site now, if I do refresh, then we will see home, about us, client, and inside this service there is a web development, there is app development, and there is SEO. Okay, so after this what I'll do is I'll again make contact us page. Okay, so I'll go to Visual Studio, copy this let's say copy this client. Okay, so Control C, and I will remove this disabled. Okay, so I don't want this disabled one, so Control B, and over here what I'm going to keep it as a contact or space. Okay, so what we have done now is we have successfully created our navbar. Okay, so we have created the navbar. Okay, so after creating this navbar, what I want to do is I want to create a footer also. Okay, so I'll create a footer and my navbar in the base.html. Okay, so in order to do that, I have created the navbar in over here. Below this content, what I'm going to write here is, let's say, footer. It starts here. Okay, so I'm going to start my footer. So let's say I'm going to start my footer section here, and let's say I'm going to indicate that footer ends here. Okay, so this is just the indicator for where my footer starts and where it ends. Okay, so in order to make the footer, what I will do is, let's say I make a new div. Okay, so let's make a new div, and this div is going to take the md3. Okay, so let's say md3, so it is going to take the three spaces out of that 12. Okay, out of that 12 column it is going to take the three spaces, and I'm going to start the h5. Okay, so in h5 what I'm going to do is write cpal, let's say infotech. Okay, so infotech. Over here if I do refresh, then I'll get this infotech. Okay, so I'll go over here, and what I'll do is let's say I'll just change it. Okay, so let's say I'm just going to this deep, let's say make, let's say this is a row. Inside the row we'll add our content always. Okay, so justify row, justify content evenly, so justify content evenly. I'm going to keep the background as dark, text as, let's say if the background is dark, then I'll keep the text as white, and from the top I'll leave two spaces, and from the padding from the bottom I'll use 5. Okay, so after this what I'll do is again do from the margin top I'll leave the 4 spaces. Okay, let's see what it will do now. So it is giving me this thing. Okay, so after doing this what I'll do is, let's say I'll write something about this info tag. Okay, so I'll use the paragraph tag. So let's say paragraph tag low rem. If I write 50, then it will give me the 50 hours. So let's say this as 50. Let me go to my website and let's see. So it is giving me the description about my website. Okay, so after doing this, what I'm going to do is again in the we have used 3 column out of 12. Okay, so we are going to use the next 3 column for the next thing. Okay, in order to do that, what I will do is go to, let's say, div dot core md3. Okay, after doing this thing, what I am going to do is, let's say, from the top I want to leave the space of 4. After doing this, I'll drive h5 and let's say important links. Okay, so in here also what I'm going to say is, let's say class is, let's say from the bottom I'm giving 2. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's see the next. So it is coming as important links and it will leave the equal amount of space in the right, in bottom and in left. Okay, this is because of this justify content evenly. Okay, so this is what is doing that thing. Okay, so important links, in important links what I'll start is a tag. Okay, so in this a tag what I'll start is home. So let me copy all these things. Let me write the full code first. So I want to be the class as, let's say, link will be in the light color, and if we go over here, then it will give me this underline. Okay, I want to remove that underline. In order to remove that underline, what I need to do is text decoration none. Okay, so if I do this thing and I need to break the line, in order to break the line I'll do br. Okay, so after doing this thing, I think I will not get this line. Okay, that's good, that's home. Okay, so I'll just copy this anchor tag. I'll copy it and I will paste it for 1 2 3 4 5 times. 1 2 3 4 and 5 times. Okay, first one will be home, second one will be about us, third one will be contact us, fourth one will be our team, the last one will be the client. Okay, so let's say the last one is client. Okay, after this if I go over here and I'll see the space. Okay, so I want the spaces between this one also, but for now it is looking good. Okay, so I'll not change anything over here. So let me go inside this. I want to write all of this inside of my p tag, so I'll do p and I will copy all this code over here. Again, Control X and Control B. Control B, and then it is looking nicer. Okay, so this is the deep one for this one. Okay, so again I want to utilize the more 3 space. Okay, so in order to do that, again what I'll do is, again make the div class. Okay, so let's say I am making the div, let's say div let's start the class let's say I'll give the empty as free and for pt. Oh, okay, so I will start the s5. Okay, inside this s5 what I'm going to give is class as padding bottom as 2. Okay, so inside this what I'll give contact us. Okay, so we'll give them the phone number and our address over here. Okay, so inside this what I'll do is start the paragraph tag, and in the paragraph tag what I'll write is class. So we want to start it from the left, so I'll do text start. So after doing this thing I will write my in I'll write my address. Okay, so let's give the address. Okay, so let's say Jonathan Park, 44600 street south. Okay, street south, and I'll do break this one. Okay, so let me see what it is doing up to now. Let me go to over here, then it is giving me this contact us. Okay, so I'll go over here, and what I'll do is south, and I'll give it as, let's say, California. Okay, I'll give the postal code. Let me keep the postal code as by myself, it's not the real one. Okay, so USA, so I'll break it, and the last one will be the phone number. Okay, so for the phone number what I'm going to use is use the icons that is provided in Bootstrap. Okay, in order to use that what I'll do is go to the Bootstrap, and inside this there is something known as icons. Okay, so over here what I'll do is learn more about Bootstrap icons. I'll click that one, and over here what I'll do is, let's say I want the of font, so I'll write it as PSONA font. So I'll copy this one. Okay, so I'll copy this one, and I will copy this one. Okay, so after copying this thing what I will do is go to, first of all I need to import this CDN. Okay, so you need this also. So first of all copy this thing. Okay, so after copying that thing, where you need to paste is paste it above that folder. Okay, so let me copy this thing and let me paste this thing first. In order to paste this thing you need to let go above this title and just to copy and paste it. Okay, so over here what I will do now is I'll just provide my phone number. Let's say I provided it as, let's say, plus 1445 say so around okay, so this is just a fake one. So let's go to control B. Now let me just paste it over here. Okay, so let me see how it looks in my website. So I just paste it. Okay, so it is looking like this. So what I have done over here is just I have written the number, and whatever that buttons I have got it from here above here. Okay, so let me show you that. So I have got, by tapping in the search icon, I have written here phone. So in this phone I have clicked on this link. I have copied this I tag. Okay, so I have copied this one and just pasted it over here. So after doing this I'll provide one space so that it looks nice over here. So I'll just do it, and it is looking more nicer. Okay, So we have made our footer. Okay, so let me see that thing first. So I also need to make one copyright section at the bottom. Okay, so in order to make that copyright section at the bottom, what I need to do is again go inside the over here. So I'll start the copyright section over here. So I'll write the copyright section starts, copyright section ends. Okay, so after making this clear where the copyright section starts and copyright section ends, then what I will do is, let's say we're going to make one new div class. So this div class is going to take the full space, so I'll just write div call 12. Okay, then after this what I'm going to say is in paragraph tag copyright, let's say 2021 to 2024 by infotech, all rights reserved. Okay, so after writing this, let me see how it looks over here. So it is looking like this. Okay, so let me make it more nicer by adding that class. Okay, so let me go over here and provide the class. Okay, so let's say class is equal to row, and inside this row let's say background as a secondary, text will be the white, and text will be the center, and padding will be 2 from all the sides. Okay, so after doing this, now it is looking more nicer. Okay, so now what I'll do is just let me go to ZGPT and give me the, let's say ZGPT. Okay, so I'll, this thing is not looking so nicer, so so please provide me some information to write about my IT organization in website in less than 100 words. Okay, so name of the organization, I'll give name of the organization is info take. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste it. Okay, let me copy this one. Okay, control C. After copying all this thing, what I'll go is go inside this lorem ipsum. I'll cut it, I'll just paste it over here. Okay, so now I think it will look more realistic than my previous one. So okay, it looks more nicer than previous one. So after doing this, what I am going to do is I'll make one more. Okay, so there will be form section in this navbar also. So in order to make the form section, what I need to do is go in my navbar section, bring this client over here and just in contact us. Let's say there is something known as form form. Okay, so after doing this, you'll see the form also over here. So you also see this form, so we'll work on this form at first. Okay, so for working with the form, I'll go into the templates and make over here form dot html. Okay, so this form.html also extends from, so let's write extends uh, extends. Okay, so this also extends from that base.html. Okay, so let me go to this base.html. There is something known as title. Okay, so here is title. Okay, so this is info take, and I'll start the block. Okay, so the block name will be the title, and over here what I'm going to write is a block. Okay, so block will be the title, so this block name will be the form. Okay, so we will create this form one over here. So below this what I'm going to do is, let's say block, and there is something known as block content in my base.html. Okay, so inside that what I'm going to write is, let's say h1, let's say class equal to, let's put that text in the center, alert, let's say alert as success. Okay, so this is form page. Okay, so this is the form page. So what I need to do now is go to the views, make one separate function for that form. So what I need to do is form, I'll take the request. What I'll do is return render. First one will be the request and the second one will be form.html. In order to link this with urls.py, what I need to do is path form, and you need to give this forward slash over here, and this is going to be the form, and name is going to be form. Okay, so it will not recognize this form, so I want to import all the things that are present in my views.py. So I'll give this a star. So after doing all this thing, let me go to the form first, then link with this form. Okay, so let me see slash form. Will it go? Yes, this is form page. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to click this form and I need to go to that form page. Okay, so in order to do that, what I need to do is I need to go to that base.html file. Okay, and inside this base.html there is something known as form at last, which I have just added. Okay, so over here in href what I'm going to provide is url, and over here what I'm going to write it as form. Okay, so now it should go to that form.html. Okay, so let me cross this. This is my home page. Okay, this is my home page. Now if I click this form, so this is form page. Okay, it is going to that form page. Okay, after going to that form page, what I need to do is create a one table inside this form page. To create the table inside this form page, what I need to do is, but there is one error. Okay, so I am providing this is form page in class. Oh, I am not providing this is CSS. Okay, so now it should work. So now this is looking more nicer. Okay, so this is form page, and after this what I need to do is, let's say form page. Okay, so I will start one container. So container, and inside this container there will be a row. Okay, so inside this row what I'm going to do is I will provide the column as, let's say 10. Okay, that's another tag. So let's say I provide the div dot call as 10. Okay, so let me bring the table from bootstrap. Okay, so let me go to the bootstrap. Let me go to the docs. and let me bring the table. Okay, so in order to bring the table, I'll go to the table. So over here what I'll do is copy the first link that is present. Okay, so I'll copy this one, I'll go back and just paste it over here. Okay, so if I again go back and check my document now, I should get that inside this form I'll get this table. Okay, so in order to make it more nicer, what I can do is go to bootstrap, and there is something known as table striped. Okay, so I'll use it as table striped. Okay, so control C. Okay, uh, I'll just paste it over here. Okay, after doing this I should see some changes in my table, so I'm seeing that change. Okay, after this what I need to do is let's say I want not the table, I want the form. I'm being stupid over here. What I did, I don't need the table, I need the form. Okay, so I need form form, so I'll go to this one, so I'll copy this one, I will just paste it over here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll keep that form in the middle, so mx auto. So let me go over here and let's just do this thing. Okay, so mx auto is working, so what I'll do is let's say and let me write that mx auto below this one. Okay, so control B, let me go to this page and let's see is there any change. Yes, there is some change. Let me give the padding. Okay, so padding I'll give 5 from top, up and down, so I'll see it looks more nicer. So after doing this what I'll do is inside this row let's say alert success. Okay, so after doing this I should see 18 more nicer one. Okay, so this is looking like this. Now inside this what I'm going to do is let's say I do not want this one, so control X, and I'll copy this email, control C. I'll take the full name. Okay, is address email. Okay, so from the user, so I don't need this password one, so I'll, and I also don't need this form check. Okay, after this what I will do is go over here and change it to let's say full name, and after that the full name will be the type text. I will take the age of that person, so I'll just write the age over here, and the age will be of type number, so will not change any other things but just these two things, age number, and the third thing will be address address, so this type will be text. Okay, after that mm, and the last one will be email address. Okay, so let me now refresh this one. So we have got full name, age, address, and email address. Okay, so the last thing we want is a message. Okay, so in order to bring the message what I need to do is go to the form, go to the bootstrap and search text areas. Okay, so I'll hit the enter, and inside this text areas there is a little big one comment. Okay, so I will copy this one. Okay, so I'll copy this one, so I'll paste it below this, so I'll just paste it over here, so I'll not say it as comment but as a message. Okay, so over here. Now I'll go back, I'll go over here, so I'll refresh it, so it will see message. Okay, so I want some space from here, so what I need to do is, let's say, go to the class, and let's say I want 3 space from top, bottom, and left, right also. So I did it wrong, so margin top. So what I need to do is margin, let's say 3. Okay, so after doing this, I got this submit button, but it is moving little bit down, so I'll just say margin from the top is 3. Okay, so now it will just move little bit down, it looks more nicer in this case. Okay, so after this thing, what I'm going to do is I'll just stop this video from here. Okay, so in the next one, what I will going to show is that I will type some information over here, and I'll save it that to the database. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the lecture. If you enjoyed this lecture, then don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and in the next video we'll do the database related work. Okay, so goodbye and have a nice day.